Wawa pissed me off this morning. And if you know me, I like Wawa. I'm from Jersey, so I come from Wawa. So like I bought my house, no joke, in this community because Wawa was next door. There's a wall and Wawa. Why I thought mentally that I'd be able to jump over the wall and go to Wawa was not practical. But anyway, I bought the property because it was next to Wawa. I got to look out my window all night long at all of the craziness that goes on at Wawa. This is a true story. But I walked into Wawa this morning, and of course, just like everyone else, they're short-staffed. I go to a coffee, and there is 1 empty, 2 empty, 3 empty, 4 empty, 5 empty. So I go over to the little food area, and I say very nice to the lady because I already know they're short-staffed. Just out of curiosity, is there any other coffee coming out soon? And I see behind the counter, no coffee's being made. So I was like, that's the #1 thing that everyone needs to be in the morning is coffee. It's the #1 seller. So she throws her hands up and then walks out of the food area and then coffee area and starts throwing the things. And at this point, my eyes are wide. The lady next to me that's trying to get coffee also, I was like, it's out. Don't do it. Don't poke the bear. And she goes, all we have is pumpkin. And I was like, okay. How long for other flavors? Because here, we all know everything's expensive at Wawa. Nothing's cheaper. It's all more expensive. She's like, well, you got pumpkin. I was like, okay, pumpkin it is. So I'm getting pumpkin. She's throwing the things. She goes, we're short-staffed, and we're down in a beverage person today. Like, really nasty. Like, I was like, okay. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm dealing with it as well. So I totally understand, trying to like not create friction. But what she did is took an internal struggle of the dealer, of the place, which they had 5 people there. They just didn't utilize it. You have the manager that's next to the cashier. You have the cashier watching the cashier. And then you have the cashier that's the auto attendant because they now have the freestanding do-yourself kiosks. So you have 5 people there and you have 1 person making food. And then you have 1 person that's stressed out because they can't make coffee. They weren't utilizing the amount of people they had there to fill in spots. It's not hard to make coffee. I never made coffee until I started a company and we got that machine. Moral of the story is their internal struggle at their business was taken out on their customer. Yes, they're short-staffed, but who f***ing cares? That is not the customer's problem. They're there to pay the bills. The customers make the company. Yes, it's Wawa, yes, it's franchise, but that franchise owner is owning that franchise. That is not Wawa. There's a person that owns that, and that small business is ran by people. But she, because she was stressed out because she was making food, and I'm not belittling the food industry, like it doesn't matter what you're doing. If it's here, if it's in sales, if it's in service, if it's in service business at Wawa, customers can't be affected by what you have going on. If we're short-staffed, we're getting reamed at by a customer, yes, you might just got screamed at by a customer because their food is wrong, but she took it out on 2 people that were trying to spend $12, $13, $14. And my impression now is the next time I see her, I'm just gonna walk away. And I did not order food. So normally I order food, I get Courtney food, and then I go home. And then I go here and I get here at 8 o'clock. So I normally am spending about $36 because their shit is expensive. I spent $9 because I was so scared to order food because she was making the food because she has a bad day. The experience was ruined. And that Wawa just lost $36. Now granted, just like McDonald's, just like Burger King, they screw up your order, you're gonna go back because it's the nature of the beast, you wanna bitch about it, but it's convenience. Businesses like this, you got one opportunity. You give them bad service, you give them bad customer service, you take your aggravation on them, they're gone. They'll go, the next person, you're not a thought. We are not the McDonald's of power sports and outdoors. So as we scale and as we go through processes and as we try to figure out what process works, this has failed, we change, we pivot, we bob and weave, we're short-staffed, we get screamed at by a customer, we cannot take it out on a customer. You have to walk away, zone out for 5 minutes, take a deep breath, and at the end of the day, coffee can't be the reason that you throw your hands up.